Well, one has a choice. One can use simply killed organisms, right? You can simply kill a bacterium, inject it into a person, and they'll make antibodies. The immune system doesn't distinguish, right? So in fact, putting killed organisms in will work just fine. It's not quite as good as live organisms, but it's good enough. But the trouble is, if you use a whole killed organism, you're putting in a lot of junk that you really don't need. You're putting in some toxins and things like that. So why not purify it? Take the organism and break it up into its component parts, and then use the important bits in the vaccine. Classically, it's proteins. Proteins are the best molecules for triggering an immune response. So one can kill an organism, one can purify an organism, so you just have the right bits, namely proteins, and you can inject the proteins into an individual and get a protective immune response. Now, in recent years, we have even improved upon that because, remember, proteins are encoded by nucleic acids, right? There's DNA in your cell nucleus that gets transcribed into RNA, and then the RNA gets translated into protein. So we can use, if we don't want to use the protein, we can use the DNA or the RNA instead. And you inject it into an individual. They make the cells of the recipient make the protein and trigger a protective immune response.